Hi, welcome for session number 2 or video number 2 in this series of chemistry. In this series, I promised to talk about basic research. I promised to talk about research. Research can be categorized as either being basic research or being applied research. So, as we saw earlier, for scientists, it is a challenge that they have to undertake, that every time they have to seek for knowledge, So this urge of seeking for knowledge or curiosity is what brings about what we call basic research. So basically we are saying here is that basic research is carried out for the sake of increasing knowledge. It is a research carried out for the sake of acquiring knowledge, for the sake of increasing knowledge. So this type of research is carried out by scientists in order to increase knowledge. As they do this, of course, some other chance discoveries might come in. Here. We mean here chance discoveries might come in. Chance discoveries might come in. What we mean by chance discovery, we mean that accidental discoveries. So sometimes scientists might discover something not because they were seeking to discover it, but as they are carrying out experiments to reveal or to discover other things, as they do normally, they might end up discovering something that they didn't in fact plan to discover. So when they are looking at specific reactions and how these reactions occur and the properties of substances, they are seeking to get more insight or knowledge into new fields, but rather they may end up having discovered something that they didn't plan to discover. A good example here of a chance discovery is the discovery of the properties of Teflon. The discovery of the properties of Teflon. So Teflon was discovered by chance. It was first discovered by Roy Plunkett. So it was discovered by Roy Plunkett. As Roy Plunkett was carrying out his experiment, he was puzzled. He was puzzled by the fact that a gas cylinder used for experiment, the gas used for an experiment The gas used for a gas cylinder used for an experiment, appeared to be empty even though it measured the measured mass of the cylinder clearly indicated that there was something inside. So experiment appeared to be empty. Empty. But when it was measured, they discovered that there is something inside. So by using these probes, by measuring, he came up with a different information that he didn't have at first. So at first, he is there thinking that maybe he is right. But as he observes clearly, when he is looking at the cylinder that he discovers is empty, then he discovered that the cylinder is in fact not empty, but rather it is having something inside. When Plunkett cut the cylinder open, he found a white solid. When he cut, when he cut, he found a white solid. In fact, this white solid was unique, and the uniqueness of it is that it was sticking, it was sticky. It was sticky inside. So through basic research, since this one was sticky. So he found this white sticky substance. Through basic research, his team determined the non-sticky properties. Through basic research, his team discovered the non-sticky properties or the molecular structure and chemical composition of new material. So after getting this material, which was sticky, now they had a challenge. And the challenge here, when they used it to cover kitchenware, when they used it to cover kitchenware, what happened? It could come out. It could come off. So because it was coming off, they had to think twice. How will we solve this problem? How will we solve this problem of these substances, this substance which we expect to be sticky, coming off? By doing this, they had entered another part or another type of research, and in this case, they had entered an applied research. In applied research, what scientists do in general, in applied research, people try to solve problems. So applied research is generally carried out to solve problems. Is generally carried out to solve problems. So applied research is carried out to solve problems. So basic research is carried out for the sake of increasing knowledge, and by chance discovery we see the results of the basic research. So by chance, by this we can have what we are calling chance discovery. So basic research and applied research, all these researches will overlap. All of them will overlap. Let's go into the discussion of what applied research really is in somewhat a broader way. So when we are looking at applied research, applied research. Applied research. One, applied research is carried out to solve a problem. It is carried out to solve a problem. So if you are having an Ebola outbreak, for example, that is a problem. So if you have an Ebola outbreak, you have to look for a way to solve this problem, and that is when applied research comes in. This is just but an example. There are many examples. Two, when a certain refrigerator, we will take one example here that is very well known in chemistry. When a certain refrigerant escape into the upper atmosphere, it damages the ozone layer. They damage the ozone layer. We know that the ozone layer is responsible for protecting us or blocking harmful ultraviolet rays from reaching the earth. So if it happens that these dangerous rays now can penetrate and reach the surface of the earth, and reach the organisms on earth, then that is a danger. So in response to concerns, of course it's a concern if these dangerous rays will reach earth, that this atmospheric damage could impact on health, The scientists now have had a challenge in applied research, and they had to make to solve this problem. So to solve this problem, scientists had to carry out research and come up with a new refrigerant. So they had to come up with a new refrigerant, to solve the problem. This is just but an example of an applied science. So unlike in basic research, in applied research there must be a problem. In basic research there is no need of a problem, but rather in a basic research it is just, people are just pushed by curiosity to make discoveries. So we will stop here for today.